So I bought a refurbished Xbox Series X console from Wish.com, and as we all know, Wish can be a pretty sketchy place to buy stuff from. So in this video, we'll unbox the console, we'll check out the condition, test it out, and then we'll open up the console and see if they actually refurbished anything. Now I also bought a refurbished Series X controller from Wish.com as well, because it looked cool, and I thought it was a reasonable price. So as you can see, I've got everything here. Got the controller in this little small box, got the console in this big box, and it actually has a little note right here that says tested for full functions, ready for reuse. So we'll see if that's correct. So we have the controller box, and as you can see, it's pretty dang small, so it's perfect fit for the controller. And we actually have a note on one side that says grade A, fully functional, so hopefully it is. Now this controller is supposed to be like an electric volt green type of color, which, oh yeah, that looks pretty nice, which is why I picked it up. I honestly wasn't going to pick one of these up, but I saw it on Wish when I bought the refurbished console and decided to pick this up as well. So it seems to be packaged pretty well. You got some bubble wrap around it. You also got bubble wrap around your batteries. And then you even have your manual. So here it is, and honestly, this thing looks brand new. The thumbsticks are perfect. Buttons all click just fine. Triggers feel good. And honestly, it looks perfect. I mean, I don't see a single blemish in the front or the back. And yeah, I'm not sure why they called it refurbished. If it was refurbished, there probably would have been a little hole right here where they unscrewed the screw, unless they actually peeled off the sticker and then unscrewed it and then put the sticker back. But I'm skeptical they actually did that. So maybe this was just a return controller. But either way, it was actually a pretty good price for a controller in this good of condition. And that reminds me, I guess I should give you some details on pricing. So I paid $47 for the controller, which is actually not too bad for a pretty much brand new controller. I paid $679 for the console, which is obviously about $200 over retail. But the fact of the matter is you can't find these in store very easily. So if you go on eBay, $679 is about the same price I pay for a new one. So I paid that for refurbished, so obviously not a very good deal. But as you guys know, I'm doing it for the video. We bought a refurbished console from Wish so we can see what they sent us. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the console. So here's the box that the console came in. You already saw it earlier, but I'm not sure if it actually comes in the original box or not. I'm guessing it does by the size of this box, but I guess we'll find out. So ready for the reveal. Let's go ahead and see what we got in here. And it does look like it came with the original box. That's good to see. And it also has some decent amount of packing paper, which is also good to see. So I got the whole box out now, and as you can see, it's in decent condition. You do have a crushed edge over there. And then if we take a look at the front, looks pretty good. You know, you got a little tear up there and a bigger tear up there, but nothing crazy. And then the sides look good as well. And then here in the back, no issues. Just got a little bit of a crushed edge, but again, not a big deal. The one thing that is annoying is it looks like they taped up the side with just packing tape. So now if you try to rip that off, it's probably going to rip the basically the imprint off the box. So yeah, kind of annoying, but we can just cut the tape right here and leave the rest on there. So now it's time for the big reveal. Let's go ahead and see what we got in here. And boom, console at first glance actually looks pretty good. Got some dust on it, but nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and pull it out of here. And then of course in the box you got your standard little pamphlet there. We should have an HDMI cable. Yep, which, has that even been used? I'm pretty sure that's the original packaging. And then same with the power cable. Dude, has this console even been used at all? I don't know. And then here's the controller. So it does look like the controller's been taken out at some point because it's in bubble wrap, which originally it is not in bubble wrap. I think it's like in a, I don't know what you call it, but it's like kind of like a foam wrapping. And yeah, so here's a controller. We'll take a closer look at that in a minute. The interesting thing though is they didn't include any batteries for the controller. There's none in the controllers, none in the box, which I kind of expected they would, considering they included batteries for the other controller, but oh well, I guess. So first things first, I want to take a quick look at these cables again. I do think these are brand new. These little clear wraps right here are actually the clear wraps that it comes with originally when you unbox it brand new. So I think these are brand new. And then of course you have your controller right here, which pretty much appears to be brand new. Now it wasn't in the original packaging, but the thumbsticks look good. Don't look aftermarket. Everything clicks just fine. Triggers are nice. Obviously no batteries in here, but it doesn't, let's see if it's been opened before. I mean, there's no mark right there where they took a screw out, so I don't think it's been opened unless, like I said earlier, they like peeled off the sticker and then opened the screw, or took the screw out and then put it back. But that's unlikely. So yeah, so far so good. The cables are brand new. The controller looks pretty much brand new. And let's check out the console now. So here's the console. It does have some dust on it, but otherwise looks pretty good on the front. Got your power button, your eject button, your sync button. Everything looks good there. If you look at the top, also looks good. I don't see any scratches, just again some light dust. And then let's take a look at the back. So here's the back of the console, and again this side looks really good as well, just some light dust. Otherwise I don't see any scratches or scuffs or anything. And honestly, I'm starting to think this thing might just be brand new, or not quite brand new, but opened and returned, and these people are just reselling it. because if it was open before, there probably would be a hole right here to get to that screw, and then this would show some wear to get that open and get to that screw as well. I mean, you could do the same thing as a controller. You could actually remove this sticker, unscrew it, and then put the sticker back. But that's the hard way to do things, and it doesn't look like that's happened. The other thing I'm going to look at is usually around a HDMI port, you'll see a lot of little scratches because people will basically, you'll take your HDMI port, and I do this as well. You reach around your console, you can't find your HDMI port, so you're just like kind of bumping around trying to hit the port. So lots of times you'll have scratches around the port if it's been used. So let's go ahead and zoom in there and see what that looks like. So zoomed in, I definitely do not see any scratches around any of these ports. Honestly, I'm really starting to think this thing is brand new. I don't see any scratches around there. It doesn't look like this cover's been taken off. I mean, we'll take it off ourselves and look at the screw as well, but yeah, this thing looks pretty dang good. And another thing I checked is the serial number on the console actually matches up with the serial number on the box, which a lot of times when people, refurbish something and resell it, all the boxes go in one pile and all the consoles go in another pile, and basically a console just get thrown in whatever box. But the fact that these two actually match up tells me that this might just be like a customer return or something. So I'm now taking this sticker off so I can see this screw. And this sticker definitely does not look like it's ever been removed. The screw looks perfect as well. If the screw has actually been unscrewed, you would see some debris on there. But that looks really good, so I do not think this thing has ever been opened up. Now, to be fair, they didn't actually give a description of what refurbished means. It might just be wiping down the outside of the console, which is probably what happened. But oh well. So the top looks good as well. Bottom looks good as well. Everything looks perfect. So I mean, yeah, I think this thing is pretty much brand new. Let's go ahead and plug it in, and we'll test it out and make sure it works. So I've got the console plugged in now. Got our original controller we're going to try out as well. Let's go ahead and boot this bad boy up. Make sure it works. All right, that's a good sign. We got life, and hopefully it boots up. All right, cool. So the console did boot up. Let me make sure the controller connects, and then we'll go ahead and do our setup. Cool. So our controller is good to go. Let's go ahead and do the setup, and I'll come back. So I got it all set up, but of course there's an update. So we'll go ahead and update, and then we'll come back. All right, guys. So we're connected and updated. Let's go ahead and connect up to the console. And of course, there is an update for the controller as well. So I guess we'll apply one more update, and then I'll come back. All right. So we're finally updated on the home screen. And for some reason, I have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare queued in my downloads. Not quite sure why. Let me go ahead and stop that. And so I guess first things first, we need to let's try out a disc. So first of all, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't actually a disc in there, because sometimes I'll buy old consoles and they'll leave a disc in the disc tray. And I'm pretty sure the only disc-based game I have for the Series X is NBA 2K21. All the other games I have are either digital or on Game Pass. So let's try this one out. We'll go ahead and plug it in. It's gonna have to install and stuff, but we'll go ahead and let it install, and then we'll come back and try it out. But while it's doing that, we can go ahead and test out this controller. So first of all, we go to settings and go down to accessories. Then we can go down to the three dots so we can vibrate the controller. Feels like it works, and no update available. Let's go ahead and test out the buttons. All right, so to test the buttons, we can test all the directions of the joystick. Right joystick seems to work. D-pad works. That all works. Whoops. Y, X, A, B. Right bumper, right trigger, left trigger. So cool. Everything works there. Now let's go ahead and test out our green controller as well. So here's our green controller. Let's go ahead and sync it up to the console. Easy enough. And of course, there's an update on this one. So let's go ahead and update this controller, and then we'll test it out. All right, our controller is updated. Let's go ahead and test this one out as well. Make sure the D-pad, all the buttons work. So far, so good, and cool. Seems to work just fine. And let's go ahead and test out the vibration as well. Cool, vibration is good as well. And I love the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, S controller. It feels great in the hands, especially the new updated version for the Series X and S. But it would be cool if they had adaptive triggers like the PS5, and then the kind of the fancy vibration that the PS5 has. But that's the one downside. It would be cool if they had that, but it's still a great controller. So we're currently installing the disc, and we're also downloading from the internet, and looks like it should be ready in about an hour. So I guess I'll just come back once this is ready, and we'll make sure a game works. All right, guys, so my capture card is having issues, but the game is working. It finally installed enough to at least boot up, and I'm on the game right now. Let me just pan up so you can see this, but it is working just fine. I played a little bit of 2K, and clearly it's downloading just fine. So the internet's working, controllers are working, the console's working, everything's working, and man, this thing is pretty much a brand new console. I'm not sure why it was called refurbished. My only thought is that this company might be one of those companies that buys pallets of returns from, places like Target, Walmart and stuff, and then they resell them. So my guess is they got a returned Xbox Series X. They tested it out and made sure it works, and then resold it. That's all I can think of, because this thing looked brand new, as you guys saw. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.